Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to leave a quick video. I was thinking about how, yeah, I would love to see more videos in the feed of, for those of us that own facilities. And yes, I guess officially I am a self-storage owner, uh, even though it's brand new to me, and it kind of still doesn't even seem real. Maybe it should, because I'm sitting here sweating doing the work. But yeah, just kind of giving advice and even just chronicling the experience of buying. And so I wanted to leave a quick video on buying from unsophisticated operators. And I know that, I mean, that's what we want, right? Because that's where the value is. These are people that haven't raised rates in years, and there's a huge opportunity to go in and buy the facility for I don't want to say cheap price, a fair price most of the time, and then raise rates, increase revenue, and get to that higher stabilized value. Sometimes, hopefully, within a few years, doubling what the facility's worth. But with that, I want to share a little bit of my experience, because I am buying from two unsophisticated operators, two separate facilities that I bought. And look, the process has not been smooth at all. It's been frustrating, and I think that's just what it is. These people haven't operated their businesses well, and so the process itself is going to be more difficult. And that includes buying the facility, and that includes taking it over as a brand new operator, transitioning the business. So I want to share a couple of things. One, that my purchase and sale agreement took over a month to get signed, and I had one of the owners that was selling was getting so frustrated that he was about to walk away. And so even just getting the letter of intent and then getting them to sign a purchase and sale agreement. Now, they wanted to sell, but this was an off-market facility that I found, and they just weren't in a huge rush. And they didn't realize that, hey, this other guy is wanting to sell, but it's time sensitive. And so that felt like every day waking up, checking to see if they'd signed the purchase sale agreement, and even having to drive an hour and a half and go to this guy's place of work and be like, hey, I need you to sign this thing. It was frustrating. During the due diligence process, found out that one facility had no lease agreements at all. The other facility had lease agreements in place, but the owner didn't want to share those lease agreements with me, because he's from this small town. He knows a lot of people that are renting from him, and until he was 100% sure that it was sold, he didn't want to give out their private information. And so, of course, my attorney was freaking out about this, and I did speak to some storage owners that have bought in small towns, and they had seen this before, that it wasn't uncommon. So then I had to trust that, okay, is there something this guy's hiding from me? And really the only fear was that he had people locked into long-term leases where I wasn't going to be able to raise rates. But he assured me that wasn't the case. And then I did my due diligence on this guy. Who is he? Well, he's the president of a local bank. He has a good reputation, him and his brother that both own this facility. And so I decided I'm going to hang in there. And I do believe he's going to give me these lease agreements at closing. And he did. What's another thing I wanted to add here? So after I bought the facility, I started contacting tenants and realized that one of the facilities, they didn't even let their tenants know they were selling. And so we had to work through that, which was part of the contract. They had to notify tenants that they were selling. So along the way, yes, this stuff is in contract, but is it worth me hiring a lawyer and trying to go after them for, I mean, the reality is I'm just going to have to get new lease agreements in place anyways. And I just decided, yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to work through the process of notifying these tenants and getting a hold of them, and they're just going to be getting a lot of phone calls from people until they put something out that says, yes, we have actually sold. That was frustrating. They had phone numbers for about half the people. Some of those phone numbers were bad. The other half of the people, they only had addresses for. Come to find out, some of those addresses are bad. And so unsophisticated operators, they're not organized. They're not keeping up with current information on their tenants. And most of them aren't going to be on a software system that you can just transfer over. And so this has been a lot of work. I've spent the last week just drafting letters, making sure addresses are correct. We have payments coming in that haven't gone to me. They've gone to the old owners. And so trying to keep up with that. And they are sending me the money. But all of these things are part of the process of buying from people like this. I also found out that, let me see if I can't switch the camera, but that unit right there, and another unit, broken springs. I had a door repair guy out today, and those doors have been broken for a while. The owners just said, we're not going to, we'll get to it eventually. And then they told them, hey, these two tenants individually, they said, hey, we are selling, so we're not going to fix it. And then there's a roof leak in another unit that they've known about and they never fixed. And so day one, I'm spending money that I didn't expect to spend. But once again, this is part of the process of buying from operators like this. If you're going to get it at a good price and your value add is that they've never raised rates and you have so much room to raise rates, then is it worth it? I think it's worth it. And I guess we'll check back in a couple years, but once this thing gets set in place, which it will be soon, and half the people are on reoccurring bill pay, then it's going to be awesome. And there's going to be little things that come up, but then the more passive part is going to kick in, and then the rate increases will happen, and then the business will start to grow in value, as will my cash flow. So I had a guy call me today. That's what I want to end with. And I'm fixing his door. He told me last week, hey, sorry, man, they knew about this and they didn't fix it, but I can't get into my storage unit. And within 4 days, I got back to him. I had a repair date scheduled, and I called him this morning and told him that we're working on his door. And he told me, man, you're like the best storage owner I've ever encountered, which was really funny. And of course, I asked him, hey, would you be willing to put that in a Google review? And because I'm going to need some good reviews, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some bad ones when I raise rates. But, it's not that difficult to operate a storage facility and to do it well. You just need to be responsive. These people don't pick up the phone. And also keep that in mind if you're buying in a smaller town, smaller market, that the other operators, they're not picking up the phone. They're not fixing things. And when you build a reputation as a business and you have a long list of Google reviews that say these people pick up the phone, they're responsive to our needs, then that's even more reason for people to pay a higher rate. Not to mention the fact that the other place, they can't rent from them because they don't call back for 2, 3, 4 days. So just wanted to pass that along, that if you're going through this process right now, or, you're going to probably quickly get to a place where you buy from one of these operators, that this is normal. And so do your due diligence. Don't put yourself in a bad place, but understand that this is what it is. You're going to have some stressful moments, and you're going to have some sleepless nights wondering if it's going to work out. But in the end, it's very worth it. And you can be the sophisticated operator that one day sells for a higher price because you put the work in. So anyway, just wanted to pass that along. Thought it would be good within this community to start having some videos from people and their own experiences in storage that we can learn from. All right, take care.